As the election results for California started to roll in, Californians were once again faced with the reality that what we're being told is quite a bit different than what we see with our own eyes. We'll get back to that. A number of things about the California vote just don't add up at all. The first is the order to stop counting the votes and declare the result shortly after the polls closed. Only 67% of the votes were counted. The other is a report issued by California Reform. A survey of voters revealed that 1 out of 10 households received bad ballots in the mail. This included duplicate or triplicate ballots for themselves, ballots for dead people, illegal immigrants, and people that did not live in the household. Another is a huge spread between Democratic congressional wins and their Republican challengers. We were seeing up to 75% of the vote go to the Democrats. Never in California's history have the margins been so wide. And never has the result been more out of sync with what our eyes see. California endured the longest, strictest lockdowns of any state in the nation. Jobs were lost, businesses were destroyed, and dreams were shattered. Yet it fared no better than the states that didn't impose such draconian restrictions. It was the Democratic incumbents that pushed the lockdowns long beyond the initial 2 weeks to slow the spread promise. Why would California vote for those who destroyed their lives? When the Black Lives Matter and Antifa riots destroyed large sections of downtown Los Angeles, Santa Monica, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and Long Beach, the Democratic incumbents publicly took a knee for the terrorists. They encouraged the riots, protected the terrorists while defunding and disempowering the police at the time when we needed them the most. They claimed the riots didn't spread the virus, but they called those that protested the unconstitutional lockdowns earlier in the year selfish people that were killing their fellow man. As Election Day neared, California businesses boarded up in anticipation of post-election riots that were promised by the left if they did not get their way. Would a sane person vote for people who promise to rule by threat and intimidation? Finally, we get to the most visible clue that something isn't right with the vote. For months leading up to the election, California has been a sea of American and Trump 2020 flags. The hundreds of thousands of people that saw our videos of the rallies on YouTube are all commenting on the same things. The first says, why isn't the media reporting on these massive rallies? And the other is, are they ignoring the rallies so it won't be so obvious something is fishy when they rig the vote? We know the media has been working hard to gaslight Americans for the last 4 years and make people believe the whole world hates Donald Trump. Our eyes tell us differently. Every weekend for months leading up to the election, tens of thousands of Californians hit the streets to show their support of our president. It would be impossible for anyone that crawled out of their basement to miss the overwhelming show of support. It's quite clear there's never been a president in office Americans love more. Thousands of Angelenos marched through Beverly Hills week after week with U.S. flags and Trump 2020 banners. Massive Trump caravans drove through all parts of California every weekend. MAGA boat parades repeatedly happened along the coastal towns. Trump supporters lined freeway overpasses with their flags. There was even a massive Hollywood sign-style Trump sign erected along the 405 freeway. There were Latinos for Trump, Asians for Trump, Armenians for Trump, Filipinos for Trump, Black voices for Trump, gays for Trump, moms for Trump. Name a demographic and there was a group in support of our president. There was even the Walk Away rally where thousands of Angelenos marched to say they were walking away from the hate, lies, and deception of the left. Never in the history of America has so much grassroots support been shown for a president. Never. As for Biden, I know of only one Biden rally in Southern California. 10 people came out to show support. Just 10. All year we've listened to the authorities and the media tell us that we have to believe the exact opposite of what we see with our own eyes. Now they're telling us the same thing with the election. Are we to believe that per the vote, the candidate that had tens of thousands of Californians come out in support of him each weekend lost by a wide margin to the candidate that received no visible support at all? The majority of people in California saw with their own eyes that we as a state overwhelmingly support the candidates we've been told lost. The integrity of the American election process will forever be lost if we don't investigate the California election.